Going on, players and haters? It's Julie's for Duelist here. Today it's going to be a cool little video. Before we go, let me check to see if the ban list is in right now. That'd be kind of awesome. I think the ban list is effective today. I hope everyone's having a safe day out there. You know, times are weird, and you know, with the whole coronavirus outbreak, and things are in an odd spot right now. You know. Oh, it's in Cosmic Cyclone. The ban list is live, so you're going to see a lot less invoked decks if you're having issues with them. But Dark Magician is still a thing. Anyways, like I said, I hope everyone's being safe out there. The whole coronavirus thing going on. I'm doing my best. I work in the grocery industry, so like I'm been working insane amounts of hours trying to supply the community right now, and it's a weird time right now for a lot of things. Things are not going to be the same after this. But anyways, let's get into dueling. One thing that isn't going to change is my bad decks, my bad plays, and my bad attitude. So today I'll be showing some replays on one of my favorite decks besides Buster Blader, which is Fabled. As you can see in the top left of the screen, we have the old Fabled Unicorn. One of my favorite like pseudo boss monsters. So what this card does is when you have the same amount of cards in hand as your opponent, you just negate everything. Every single effect that you can think of gets negated as long as you have the same amount of cards in hand as your opponent. So it's a really, really cool card. I love it. As far as the rest of the Synchro lineup, we have Quarion Gandrix, Star Eater, Fabled Valkyris, Frame Lord Zeta, and a Samurai Destroyer. We're playing the Fable package. So Fables are broken up. This archetype is kind of like in two different categories. So one side, you have things that discard. So those are as follows. We have Chawa. So you could discard a Fable to special summon it. We have Ruby Ruda. You can discard a Fable to negate an attack. Multiple times, by the way. You have Galabris, which can discard to destroy monsters with defense less than this is attack. And then we're running 2 Grimro. You can discard this to tutor out any Fabled as long as you have one on the field. And then the other half of Fableds do things when they're discarded. So Cerebral will special summon if it's discarded. Same thing with Nausea. We have a Catsith to destroy a face-up card when it's discarded. And we're running 1 Crust to special summon a Fabled out of the graveyard if it's discarded. And then we're running 3 Armored White Bears. So when it's destroyed, you can special summon a Light Beast type. So that will either grab this guy, this guy, this guy, or this guy. So you can float. And then we're running 3 Ultimate Providence because we plus off of this if we discard a Fabled monster most of the time. And then we're running 2 World Legacy Clash. And we're running level augmentation to make our big thick dudes like Star Eater. We probably don't really need this. But Star Eater comes in clutch quite a few times. So let's get into the duels. Hoo-yah! Because right now, this thing, for whatever reason, I finally built this deck like decent enough to where we're clapping meta decks right now, which is amazing. So we're playing against Black Wings here. I'll just move myself over Sarah here. So we're gonna set. So he's gonna do his Black Wing thing. So let's get into this. He's gonna make a Chidori, make a big old thick Chidori. All right. So it looks like we're gonna bring out our. Let's see what we're doing here. Okay, so we discard our Grimro to grab our Chawa. And I think we're going to discard our Catsith to blow up that face-up card. Bang. We're going to make Unicorn. And we're going to swing in. We don't have the same amount of cards in hand as our opponent. I used to play this deck a little bit differently where I would try to like manipulate my hand to like mimic theirs. And I tried all kinds of different things like silent burning and like all this other crazy stuff. But I ended up noticing that just having this unicorn here just to be annoying like every once in a while instead of just trying to negate everything was very handy. Alright, so he's going to make an Obsidian Joe. He's going to probably special summon his Chidori again. Okay, never mind. He just blows up our unicorn. Alright, we're going to set our Armored Bear. Now, Armored Bear can also special summon beasts from the graveyard, so we can bring back a unicorn if we needed to. Alright. So he's going to bring back his Chidori. He's going to use his, what is this called? Rakiri to try to blow up our cards. We're going to negate that with our Ultimate Providence, bring back Cerebrial. And then, let's see what we're going to do here. I think we make Quarion Gandrix here. Okay, we got our Armored Bear. We use our Ruby Ruda to negate that effect to bring back our Elephant. We got a level 7. Oh, okay, this is the one. We make Samurai Destroyer here, and then we're just going to blow off those nuts. Bang. Okay. Blackwing's destroyed. So you see that, like, even we can crush Blackwing boards pretty easily. Alright. But yeah, like, I don't know, like, it took me a really long time to get the Fabled down correctly. I still think there's room for improvement. Maybe, like, if I have one more Grimro to have a little bit more tutoring might be a little bit more powerful. But right now it's been working pretty good. I got to Legend using this deck, which is pretty cool. Alright, so we're going to be playing against Super Heavy Samurai here. Now, one of the things is if you are playing against Super Heavy Samurai, the Giga Gloves here, you have to keep in mind when that's in the graveyard, because if you do a direct attack and it's in the graveyard, what they'll do is change your attacking monster's attack to 0. So you want to avoid doing that. Alright, so we're gonna negate his Shidoji, whatever, with our Ultimate Providence. We're gonna go into Quarion Gandrix here. Oh, never mind. Sorry, Star Eater. I know there's a couple replays where we go into Quarion Gandrix, though. So Star Eater is immune when you attack. It's immune to everything. So it's a pretty handy thing. It pretty much it pretty much allows you to attack just recklessly most of the time. In this build here, I'm running a Chaos Hunter, so I'll show you where I switch out like for in and out for Chaos Hunter. It just depends on how much greed I want. Alright, so he's going to go into level 7 here. He's going to make Stealth Ninja, try to OTKS, or try to do a lot of damage. We're going to World Legacy Clash his Stealth Ninja to bring its attack to 0. Okay, we're going to Star Eater, bang. Get rid of that. He's got a Giga Gloves again. He's going to go into his Sword Master again. Revive a... Let's see what he's... Oh, he's getting his defense booster to try to clap us. Alright, he's going to annihilate our Star Eater. Alrighty. So we're just going to sit pretty here. We have a World Legacy Ultimate Providence. So we're going to just negate that with our Crust. Bring back our Elephant. We've got another World Legacy Clash. And then he's going to try to make some other plays here. Super Heavy Samurai stuff. Okay, so he's going to attach Soul Piercer to try to pierce our nuts, but we use our World Legacy Clash to negate that attack. We got Grimro. We're going to go into our Ruby Ruda and make Quarion Gandrix here. That's where we make the Gandrix. So what Quarion Gandrix does is when it's summoned, you can banish 3 monsters on your opponent's side of the field, either in their field or graveyard. And when it's destroyed, you can special summon any banished monster. So by doing that, what we did is we banished all his Giga Gloves so he couldn't negate any attacks. And got rid of his monster in the field, and that was that. The thing, too, about the Fabled Unicorn is it makes for your opponent to play very awkwardly, because let's say they have one more card in hand than you, and they try to activate a card, that first card's gonna get negated, or they have to set something first. Like it makes plays very awkward. So we're gonna set our Armored White Bear here. We're realizing we're playing against Dark Magician, who's hiding behind a Yugimoto. So we're just gonna swing in with Armored Bear here, and set our other Armored Bear. He's gonna go into Magician's Rod, and then I think he's gonna Illusion Magic us. And then probably pop his Navigation. There it is. Whatever. Here comes the Navigation. And he summons 2 Dark Magicians out of greed. Alright, he's going to Dark Magical Circle one of our guys. 1,000 Knives the other one. We're going to bring out our Ruby Ruda to start discarding to negate things. Alright. The other nice thing about this deck too is we don't really rely on our back row too much. We just rely on monster effects. So we're going to negate some attacks. We have enough for Corian Gandrix here. So Corian Gandrix needs 2 tuners and 1 non-tuner. It's a level 9. So we have everything in hand. We're going to make our Corian Gandrix. We're going to banish all his crap. Get rid of that rod. Swing in and just lethal him. Delicious. Okay, I guess this one is against Dr. Crowler. So I'm assuming we'll be playing against Ancient Gears. And this deck too in particular is pretty resilient because we float into a lot of things and we don't really use our normal summon that often. Alright, so he's gonna Gear Town, the typical crap with Ancient Gears. We're gonna Grimrow. We're going to Chawa, discard our Cat Sith to blow up that back row. Make our Unicorn. Alright. He's going to Dice Spoon to try to blow up his Gear Town. Rolls a 6, doesn't get anything. We're going to Chawa and just start swinging in. So he can't Kite Raid there. Just because we had the Unicorn on the field, so we negate everything, and he loses. I wish the replays would be a little bit, just like a little bit slower, because... Oh, look at it. This guy's a number 2 Master 1 player. Whatever that means. I think that was like the... that little dueling cycle event. He's number 2. Alright, so we're going to set our Armored White Bear and our Ultimate Providence. Oh, okay, I remember this duel. This duel is really, really funny. Okay, so what he's doing here is he's going to draw a bunch of machine normal monsters. This is a really cool deck. I'm thinking about building this thing. So with Heart of the Underdog, every time you draw a normal monster, you can reveal it and draw one more card. And it's not once per turn. So you see he's just stacking up his hand really, really large with all these normal machine types. Okay. Well, let's just fast forward it a bit. Because this goes on. Okay. There we go. So now he's going to normal summon his Cyber Dragon Veer. He's going to pop his Poly. Get rid of all of this. His whole entire hand. And he makes a Chimera Tech Over Dragon. So you see it has 11,200 attack. So what this card does here is for it's 1 Cyber Dragon plus 1 or more machine type monsters. And what you do is it gets its original attack of this card becomes equal to the number of fusion material monsters used for its fusion summon times 800. So there you go. So it's like what is that? Let's do math. 1. I think it's like 4. He's like 14 monsters, 14 or 15 monsters. So he's gonna use his effect to So when this card is summoned, the Over Dragon, it blows up your back row. So knowing that, I'm going to just Ultimate Providence it and get rid of it. There you go. And he quits. I just wanted to throw that in there because that was that was a funny duel. But anyways, there you go. Metabuster. Fabled. Is it a thing? I don't know. But you guys enjoy the rest of your day on quarantine. I'll try to put out some more videos. I'm working on some Subterra stuff. I'm leveling up Sarah to get her final reward. So hopefully I get it pretty soon. So that way we can do some more cool like Subterra crap. And enjoy the ban list. No more annoying ass invoked element sabers for a little while at least. I'll see you guys on the next video. Deuces.